The following presentation is described by the speaker, John Mackett, as an interpretive survey. In the fall of 2012, John, a history teacher at the Pearson Adult Career Center, was asked to look over the newly released History and Citizenship Education Program of Study. This is his first take on the new program.
Hello, we are here to discuss pertinent information about the History and Citizenship Education course. Now, the principal objective of this program is to increase the students' awareness of how the present is specifically rooted in the past and how to better prepare the student for well-informed, open-minded participation in society and social decisions. This program includes 4 specific courses: 2 Secondary 3 courses and 2 Secondary 4 courses. The 2 Secondary 3 courses include the first one, which is entitled From the First Occupants to Demands and Struggles in the British Colony, which is in turn followed by From the Formation of the Canadian Federation to Issues in Quebec Society since 1980. The 2 Secondary 4 courses include Population and Economy and Culture and Power. Each of these courses is worth 2 credits, and the prescribed classroom time is 50 hours for each course. Okay, it must be kept in mind that the 4 courses of the program each include a particular social phenomena, and the material of each course is organized around a social phenomena. Now, each social phenomena includes the human activity and behavior that has influenced the development of society over time, and conversely, how the development of society has influenced human activity. Now, as I mentioned, each course is organized around a particular social phenomena, in other words, a broad topic. The first course, From the First Occupants to Demands and Struggles in the British Colony, includes 4 specific social phenomena. The first is the first occupants, followed by the emergence of a society in New France, the change of empire, and finally demands and struggles in the British colony. The second course, From the Formation of the Canadian Federation to Issues in Quebec Society since 1980, includes 3 phenomena: the formation of the Canadian Federation, followed by the modernization of Quebec society, and finally Issues in Quebec Society since 1980. Of the 2 Secondary 4 courses, the first one, Population Economy, includes 3 social phenomena. Firstly, population and settlement, followed by economy and development, and finally by issues in society since 1980. The second course, Culture and Power, includes the first social phenomena, culture and currents of thought, official power and countervailing powers, and finally an issue in society today. The program is organized with what is called a competency-based education. Competency-based education includes the material that the student is expected to learn, and in addition it includes the way in which it is learned. So the student in fact is learning not only the material in question, but is also learning a method of obtaining the knowledge of that material. As part of the competency-based education, the program includes subject-specific competencies. A subject-specific competency combines the knowledge acquired in a particular subject area with the use of different resources, strategies, methods of learning, and so on. Now, the development of a subject-specific competency takes place in a learning situation that includes a problem to be solved, a question to be addressed, and an end product to be produced. The program also includes what are called cross-curricular competencies. A cross-curricular competency refers to the ability to act effectively through the use of a variety of resources. There are 3 subject-specific competencies associated with the course. The first one is the examination of social phenomena from the historical perspective. The second is interpretation of social phenomena using the historical method. And finally is the strengthening of the students' exercise of citizenship. So the historical perspective, as mentioned before, is associated with competency 1. It should be kept in mind that the historical perspective is a way of examining a situation, event, movement in history by taking into the account all of the matters, all of the associations that have been related to it throughout its history. The historical method, on the other hand, is associated with competency 2. The third competency deals with the exercise of citizenship through the study of history. The knowledge obtained through the development of competencies 1 and 2 strengthen the student's exercise of citizenship, which in fact is competency 3. Each subject-specific competency is associated with what is called a subject-specific content. The subject-specific content, in other words, is simply the material. It includes the facts, interpretations, perspectives associated with the social phenomena in question. It is the material that is being taught and being learnt. If, for example, we use the social phenomena, the formation of the Canadian Federation, which is taken from the Secondary 3 Course 2, then we could examine the main events of Confederation. This would, in fact, be the subject-specific content. In other words, the events and perspectives associated with Confederation would make up the subject-specific content and would be associated with the development of competency 1. Secondly, an evaluation of the main causes of Confederation would be associated with the development of competency 2. And finally, the development of the student's understanding of the workings of Confederation today and how it is related to the formation of Confederation in the past is associated with the development of competency 3. Student involvement in the course includes participation in learning and evaluation situations. Learning and evaluation situations include a set of 1 or more tasks that students must perform in order to obtain a defined goal. Learning and evaluation situations offer students the opportunities to develop subject-specific competencies, and it offers them also to develop cross-curricular competencies. We can think of a learning and evaluation situation as being almost like a project for the students, which include a number of varied activities. These different activities would incorporate the use of various subject-specific competencies or cross-curricular competencies, and the final objective of the learning evaluation situation is to develop within the student a certain project, a certain definitive end. Each social phenomena is accompanied by a designated focus. The designated focus establishes the context for the study of each of the social phenomena. In other words, the designated focus is conceptual in nature. It includes a number of concepts which are there to help the student understand the material which makes up the designated focus. The 4 courses of the History and Citizenship Education program also include a section or a division dealing with cultural references. These various references that should be included in the course can be examples of a number of different cultural phenomena, such as scientific discoveries, technological innovations, the role of notable individuals, work of arts, media productions, literary works, and so on. The cultural references section of the course should also include cultural references from other countries as well. The actual countries chosen and the actual cultural references chosen are not prescribed. They are the decision of the individual teacher. The evaluation of the 4 courses of the program is determined 100% by a final exam. The pass mark is 60%. The exam questions will take into account the 3 different competencies. And each of the 3 different competencies will be awarded a different weight in terms of the number of questions associated with it. For example, the questions associated with competency 1 account for 10% of the total number of exam questions. The questions associated with competency 2 account for 70% of the exam questions. And finally, the questions associated with competency 3 account for 20% of the exam questions. The exam will include both short answer question and 1 essay question. What we have been looking at for the last little while in this video is an interpretive survey of the History and Citizenship education program. And how this program will look in your own particular classroom will certainly reflect your own interpretation and your own perspective. The focus of the program should be the development of the competencies of the students, and should be the development of the student ability to construct and interpret historical knowledge presented.